Hello there. Welcome to your program, Security Reports, where we get you informed, educated, enlightened, and most importantly, updated on security issues anywhere it is happening. I remain yours and only, Ernest Enuneku.
And I, Shirley Daniels.
Well, on your program this week, we'll be bringing you a report we did in Lagos State. The Lagos State Police Command actually paraded some suspects, and it was a show, or rather an event that is mind blowing. The command paraded some soldiers, some dismissed soldiers who were involved in crime, and some other activities. Truly, you were there.
Yes, Ernest, the thing is that the issue of crime has, it has always been an issue for us. And then the part that is annoying, because right now I'm not happy. And reason being that the Smith soldiers, Ernest, these people they were trained to protect lives, to protect lives and property. And I don't know why, at the end of the day, this is the path they choose to follow. We have always said that people should look for something meaningful to do as a source of living, not going into crime. Crime has never been an answer to any problem.
Yeah, we must commend the Lagos State Police Command for doing a good job to apprehend these men that have been committing a lot of mayhem in Lagos State. And a lot of other suspects too were paraded. Let's get to that report now.
Lagos has witnessed a huge reduction in violent crimes over the last few months. This could be attributed to the robust crime prevention strategies put in place by the command. Within the last 1 month, the command has arrested 40 armed robbery suspects, 29 suspects for cultism, and 19 suspects for murder. 19 firearms and 51 rounds of ammunition were recovered. 31 armed robbery attempts were foiled by the command. This is through the distress calls received and the prompt response by officers and men of the command. Let me therefore use this medium to appreciate Lagosians for their support to the command in terms of providing us with credible information on criminal activities. And to all the media houses in Lagos, we say thank you. Together, we'll continue to make Lagos State safe for everyone. Below are some of the modest achievements in the last 1 month by the command. 1, 7 dismissed soldiers arrested for armed robbery. The command has received a lot of distress calls from residents of Ijegun and environs about the activities of some armed robbers who operate in military uniforms. One of such incidents happened on 18th February 2019 at about 16:35 hours, where a commuter who was traveling to Ibadan from Ijegun was accosted by the said armed robbers who dispossessed him of his Lexus car, registration number RX330, black in color, at gunpoint. It is on the strength of those complaints that we task our SARS operatives to identify the gang and apprehend them. Members of the robbery gang were arrested at Ijegun, Barua Estates, Ipaja, Yanapaja, Ishashi, and Ikotun areas of Lagos. These are the names of the suspects arrested. Ndidi Oluchuku, male, 30 years old. Owolabi Adeyemo, male, 42 years old. David Olufemi, male, 47 years old. Ishe Samuel Israel, male, 41 years old. Emeka Ibe, male, 29 years old. Samuel Anochime, male, 36 years old. And Ebedot Stephen, male, 27 years old. Investigation revealed that suspects are all dismissed soldiers. Items recovered from them include 12 pairs of military camouflage uniforms, 2 cutlasses, ATM cards, military ID cards, jackknives, a female underwear, and a local ring. The suspects confessed to be responsible for a series of robberies within Ijegun and environs. These suspects will soon be charged to court. You are aware that every year the command prepares towards the Amber months because of the usual high increase in crime wave about that time. In the next 1 or 2 weeks, a very robust operation order is going to be released by the command. And this operation order is not going to include only the police, but alongside other agencies. We are working together with our sister agencies to ensure that Lagosians have a crime-free celebrations towards the end of the year. So this operation order is going to involve other agencies, and all parts of Lagos are going to be involved, including the known flash points in the command that we have been battling, especially with cultists. That operation is going to be out very soon, and it's going to be very robust. I assure Lagosians that we are not going to sleep over these issues, and we are going to allow them have a very, very safe and secure Amber months and celebration periods. Then I have a question from Precious, the Nation newspapers. They are armed robbery suspects, especially those that specialize in traffic robberies. A whole gang was smashed and they are here, and you have the opportunity of talking to them. Then Eugene spoke about the last incident of Saturday/Sunday, where we have clash by rival cult groups at Ichire and Ilasa areas of Lagos. Now those clashes just erupted, like you rightly noted, around early morning areas. The incident started from a brothel, which doubles as a beer parlor, and two rival cult members fought over a woman, which escalated into a free-for-all fight by the rival cult groups. 10 suspects have been arrested, and arms and ammunition were recovered over that incident. And as I'm talking to you now, we have a combined team of anti-cultism, special anti-robbery, and PMA personnel in those areas, patrolling those areas, to ensure that we forestall any further occurrence of that incident. We are also aware of the Bariga, Shomolu, and Oroshoki axis, where we also have similar incidences recurring from time to time. I assure you that our operation on anti-cultism is still on in those areas, and quite a number of arrests are being done on a daily basis in those areas. There's a question on the officers in uniform extorting money. I'm hearing this for the first time here and now. I know for quite some time now we have done so much in ensuring the arrest and investigation of our officers who engage in extortion. Please, I want to call on all Lagosians to report such activities to us. The command will not relent in ensuring that our officers who are found wanting in this area are brought to book. Raymond from the Nigerian asked about the concentration of activities of the task force in Oshodi, Ijorabadi, and Ajagule. I think of recent, we have an influx of people around those areas of questionable character. So the task force only based in operations on this influx of people around those areas. But I assure you that the task force is also operating in all other parts of Lagos. The activities are not limited to those areas alone. And the last question came from Sarah, TVC News, who spoke about the activities of some fake nurses selling babies. We had just 1 or 2 cases of that, and we have made some arrests of these nurses, and I'm sure they have been charged to court. Those instances are not prevalent in Lagos. You have only 2 isolated cases, and the suspects have been arrested, been investigated, and been charged to court. Like I said earlier, I will allow the PRO to go through the rest of the modest achievements of the command in terms of the cases. And the suspects you all see here will also be paraded by the PRO. Thank you very much for listening. You're welcome.
Robberies, we have 11 suspects, which you will interview here today. The incident happened on 14 September 2019 at about 01:35 hours. A case of armed robbery was reported at Igondo Division by one Atolabe Onyidamola F. 11 suspects were arrested. Arms were recovered from them, and they will be charged to court. We also have 9 notorious armed robbery suspects arrested. 7 different kind of arms were recovered from them. The operation was carried out by SARS. Those suspects will also be charged to court. Now, we have the number 1 man of the Awawa boys in our custody. Their number 1 man in Lagos State. In the past, Operation Crush was targeting members of various cults and gangs. We focused in the last few days on their leaders because we believe once we get the leaders, we will bring that nonsense to an end. So we have the Awawa boys leaders with us. He will be charged to court. There's another case here that has to do with blackmail. 3 suspects arrested. What they do is one of the suspects will send message on social media requesting for mostly Bureau de Change guy to come with dollars, with naira for them to buy. So this time around, she tricked a particular guy that she is having some euro, and he came. Then the other gang members now came from nowhere, and they asked him to pull his clothes so that they can video him, do a video of him naked, and send on social media. We got those suspects arrested. They are also here for you to question them.
My wife's pants was found in my house. I was in my house when they came and arrested in the morning.
Why were you dismissed?
That was 2015.
What is your offense?
I was declared a woman. Yes.
Why did they declare you a woman?
From Northeast, I took pass 2015, went to my hometown. I fell sick. Before I came back, it took some time. So before I came back, I was already dismissed in absence.
Why did you go?
Why did you not return all the military accoutrements in your custody? Why didn't you return them?
I didn't return the ones that were in my place.
Okay, since you've been dismissed, what have you been doing with your uniform? Tell us your modus operandi, what you do.
I only do escorts, and that is all.
Why did you go into robbery?
I didn't rob.
What did you do?
I do escorts, that is all.
Escort of?
I was in my house.
What kind of escort?
What kind of escort?
I escort vehicle, all these transporters.
How much did they pay you?
3-5.
3-5.
Do you know in the process of escorting, you can also escort contraband goods, arms and ammunition? Do you know?
No, it's passenger vehicle. It's all these buses, commuter buses.
But did you know you were doing illegal?
I knew.
But they can also carry all those arms and you will not know you'll be escorting.
How do you feel now that you've been caught? How do you feel?
My name is David.
David what?
I served in Apapa last. Yes.
David what?
2013. I was involved in an illegal activity. This landed issue. Landed issue. Yes, assisting people to fight for their lands. I'm in SI. I was in SI. Yes.
A land grabber now.
That was 2013.
Land grabber. From wrong to wrong. Esther is on the other side. Yeah. The interview one. So the only way is like achieve one shot.
I think they have.
My book is 2014.
Why?
My boat sank, the boat sank that we are doing.
What are your papers, please?
When the boat sank, then I was put out from the water.
What are you doing with military camouflage?
It's for transportation.
You use military camouflage for transportation. How did you get it?
How did you get the uniform?
How did you get the uniform?
I get it from when I was instructor
Instructor of
either command ship base.
Merchant Navy.
Yes.
So how did you get it? Because you are not authorized to have military uniform. How and where? By who?
By command there, in command there.
Which command?
And what does she do?
She works in, like she used to work in health insurance airline.
Okay, so how did you become an accomplice? What happened? What role did you play?
That's what I
What
just
role
said.
did you play?
I don't know anything about it.
They just arrested.
Because we left the
Who stole
country
the money? She is the one.
Yes.
And you assisted her. So what did she tell you she was on her way
we
for?
had visas already to travel before the incident came up. So
What did she tell you she was on away from?
I knew they were.
What did she
Hey, so what is it now? Tell us.
The boss called and said somebody called from the company and said we should leave the country. So that was the last thing I heard about it. Me, I don't know. I don't even know the person.
She's your woman. Somebody called you should leave the country.
much
You
is it
agreed.
to me?
Did you wait?
How much?
You agreed to leave the
38
country.
million.
38 million.
Madam, waiting be your name.
You handle.
You have the same surname? I thought her name is Oyelaja.
The same name. He said the same name.
Okay, he is Obusha Tunde.
And you Oyelaja Fumilayo. How old are you?
From which state?
State.
What do you do for you?
Nothing for now.
Why were you arrested?
When you were working like
Fraud suspects.
First suspect, fraud of what? How much?
did you do?
Where?
Madam, your hand,
I
please.
work with Clearline, so I handle any Shires account. So I took any Shires account into Clearline's money, but my boss knew about it. So I did the same thing to myself.
For your boss, I don't understand. Make us understand. We don't understand. Say how it happened. Let us understand.
Can I speak in Yoruba?
Yes, go ahead.
Back Clearline, ṣiṣẹ́ so mo handle any Shires. So
NHIS.
any Shires account. Àwọn owó tó yẹ ká máa refund sí NHIS padà. So company mi a máa ń dá padà sínú account so máa ń fix ẹ̀. So owó yẹn máa ń pọ̀ gan. So ibẹ̀ náà lèmi náà ti ń mú owó bọ̀. Àwọn company náà ń dí owó NHIS yẹ pé àwọn náà mọ̀ ọ̀gá mi mọ̀ pẹ̀.
So why were you
company as ọ̀gá yẹn?
Yeah, she has said 38 million.
Kí lorúkọ company?
Kí lorúkọ ọ̀gá ẹ̀ tó mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀? Kí lorúkọ ọ̀gá ẹ̀ tó mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀?
Kọ́láwọlé àti Kọ́láwọlé Samuel Patricia Ogudeyin.
What does Clearline do? What does
Health insurance.
So why do you move the money? NHIS will pay the money. You people will move it so that people will not access insurance.
No. A máa sanwó yẹn fáwọn hospital. But àwọn ilé tó bá lọ tí kò bá padà Clearline ó máa move ẹ lọ sí another account.
The one that is supposed to be returned.
Yes,
back.
return
Yes.
back.
Back to the
You don't
release.
You are supposed to release money. When people access insurance, you're supposed to release the money.
I'm not
to the insurance companies. They don't release and they don't pay back to government. They now withdraw the money. That is what happened.
So
So you are robbing the people, you are robbing the government.
Yes. That is it. He's also collecting the same money the company is
My
collecting.
money, they part of that money.
Company,
My money
so
dey
that
inside
our
o.
company wan mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ma wọn náà ṣe
How
fún
many
pé
dey
náà
on
ti
money?
ní owó yẹn
Take.
wọn á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wọn yẹn
Precious.
wọn ní wọn gbà pé wọn ní
Precious.
wọn wá pé ká sálọ bọ́tà ṣe
Ta ló
lórí
pè yín? What is Awawa? Tell us.
Zawawa is person where they real life, where she never died. The meaning of Zawawa.
Okay, are you a member of that person where they are alive you never die?
Yes, no, I never died.
Okay, what's this mark on your face?
This man, I get with acted.
No, that star.
Yeah.
Star. It's not true.
It's the wound.
The one for your neck, Uko.
For my neck is accident too.
It's accident. Most of the boys they've arrested, the police have arrested recently, have been saying you are their oga, and this mark is also on all of them. So,
I don't be on guard. All of them just come from somewhere, from any places. I don't know them. Me, I just did my own. We hustle to shoot up that and Barbie Salon over.
what do Awawa
What's
people
your own
want to do?
position? What's your own position?
For my position, I'm a street boy. I dey help some police. They start call me say something's happen. Some boys they fight. I dey use some boys for them. Na the thing wey I dey do for.
So you are police.
Why police can't be saying now you be
Head of
No,
Awawa.
you get some things where happen to last upper way. Some street boys they don't want to make the street cap. So I just come on the street. That's why I come on the street. So I'm waka up and down. The first something where I go use to chop. So my friend just carry me go club. So they just tell me say they wan see me make I come. I no dey come. I just dey as they don talk to me everybody know say they dey find me. I just dey my own way. I just come outside. And so they hold me say they dey find me.
If you are actually doing what you said you do for a living, why should police be looking for you?
But that day they don look it for me. They no find me at all. But they get my number. So maybe today I don come that Scottish. They come carry me because of this thing. Then they talk about that time when they carry me. Say make I come to my office now go drop the matter. Say make I talk to the hour. Say like this. So na the matter.
How many times do they do meeting in a week?
Where they do meeting?
Where do you live? Let's know, where do you live?
I'm live for Shasha.
Where in Shasha do you live?
Shasha for like
But everybody, all your members have been saying you are their leader.
No, I know them leaders.
How many people you don't initiate?
No initiates. I know just the street boys on street.
But you
Welcome back from that report. I want to say a big thank you to the CP of Lagos State, CP Zubairu Muazu, for doing a yeoman's job, making sure that the people of Lagos State are safe and secure, even though as the day passes by, people come up with different tactics of crime, you know. And like you said, Ernest, Lagos is one of the biggest city in Nigeria. And then, you know, people trooping from all walks of life, that, you know, and do whatever they want to do. But then, you know, he makes sure that his men are there on their toes, making sure that Nigerians, Lagosians are safe.
Now, we must say kudos to the CP actually, because Lagos State, like she also mentioned, is one of the biggest cities in Africa. And with that kind of population, over 23 million persons in Lagos State, I know the rate of crime will not be the same in other cities in Nigeria. So we must say a big kudos to the Commissioner of Police, CP Zubairu Muazu, for doing a lot, him and his men, for ensuring that Lagosians sleep with their two eyes closed. Now, moving on the program, we will be bringing you a report from Maiduguri, Borno State. The newly appointed Minister for Defense, talking about retired Major General Bashiru Magashi, visited the troops in the theater. He was actually received by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Chukwu Yusuf Buratai, and a lot of activities were lined up for his visit. First was the dinner organized in honor of the minister and the Borno State Elders Forum. Now, this group of persons, this Elder Forum, are very strong stakeholders when it comes to security in Borno State. They are well-respected persons in Borno State, and indeed the entire Northeast. Chief of Army Staff hosted them and the Defense Minister. A lot was discussed in that meeting. Let's get you that event now. The Nigerian Army has pledged its continued support to the President Muhammadu Buhari's led government's determination to bring to an end the killing of officers, soldiers, and civilians in the northeastern part of Nigeria. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukusu Buratai, stated this during the first official visit of the newly appointed Honorable Minister of Defense, Bashir Magashi, a retired Major General. Lieutenant General Buratai and top officers and commanders prosecuting the ongoing battle in the northeast were on ground to receive the minister on his arrival at the Maiduguri International Airport, Borno State. The Chief of Army Staff took the minister and other members of his entourage on a tour to see some of the fighting equipment the Nigerian military has been using to execute the fight against insurgency and other forms of criminality in the northeast. The visit by the minister was an ample opportunity to be briefed on the achievements of the Nigerian army and to also see firsthand the officers and soldiers that are fighting day and night to keep the country safe from attacks by insurgents. Officers and soldiers on ground were excited by the minister's visit, being his first official assignment after being appointed by the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari. As part of strategies to quickly bring to an end the activities of Boko Haram and other insurgency group in the northeast, the Chief of Army Staff hosted the Minister of Defense and other security stakeholders, especially the Borno State Elders Forum, to a dinner to seek ways of consolidating on the achievements made so far. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Buratai, in his welcome address, emphasized the importance of the gathering.
This, I believe, nobody will contravene me or controvert me in this. This is his first official assignment since assumption of office. And this is quite significant in that this is his first port of call, putting in mind the significance that the government attaches to security. Security not only in the northeast, but of course across the country. But you agree with me that the northeast has a special place in our security architecture in the Ministry of Defense. And as such, Operation Lafia Dole is the right place to be at the right time. And I'm sure with this visit, things will not be the same again in the northeast in terms of the security and the march, and indeed the move to end the insurgency that we all crave for. Secondly, also, you will agree with me that this dinner was planned much earlier to host our elder statesmen, whom we believe they also have very important role to play in the security and the socio-economic development of this part of the country, especially the Borno State. It is not far-fetched that the importance which we attach to the elders in the struggle to end this insurgency is quite fundamental. They hold the key, I will say, to unlocking the myriads of challenges that we have. And I'm happy to state that right from the beginning, when I was appointed as the Chief of Army Staff, I started with them and I had extensive consultation. And of course, their acceptance of the military to remain as against what was obtainable in 2013-2014, when there was frosty relationship. That interaction actually help us to forge ahead and to achieve the successes we've made so far in the counter-insurgency operation here in Borno State. So we owe it a duty, we owe it a responsibility to say thank you to the Borno elders and indeed the entire people of Borno State, whom we all know are also victims of these incidents of the Boko Haram terrorist madness. As such, I would like to say thank you very much, the elders of Borno, thank you very much, the good people of Borno, and indeed the government of Borno State, whom have done a lot in supporting us logistically and indeed in ensuring that we coordinated their developmental activities along with our operational activities. Today's occasion, as we host the Minister of Defense, as well as the members of the Borno Elders Forum, we would like to see a much closer relationship, closer partnership to quickly end the remnants, or to conclude, let me use the word, conclude the remnants of the vestiges of the threat that we've been facing across the Borno State as well as the Northeast. I most appreciate His Excellency Haji Ashek Jarma, former governor of Borno State, whom has led this forum very, very successfully. Among members of the elders are DIG Abdallah Shetima, MNI. Can you please rise up for the minister to recognize you? We have Ambassador Ahmed Ghazali, OFR MNI, who was former chairman of the Civil Service Commission. We also have Alhaji Kaubi Dambua here with us. We also have Alhaji Zanna Laminu Mamadi, MNI. We have Alhaji Mukhtar Al-Kali, MNI. We have Ambassador Ahmed Yusufari. We have Alhaji Mohammed Adam, MFR. Alhaji Abubakar Sadiq Gide. We have Zanna Ibrahim Usman Gulde. We have Barrister Isa Maduchul. We have Alhaji Yusuf Gulde. And Dr. Bulama Mali Kubio, MNI, who is the Secretary General of the Elders Forum. Last but not least, Alhaji Mohammed Mahmoud, who is with us here. The theater commander mixed up the secretary, with the chairman. I think we've taken note of this. Dr. Bulama Mali Kubio is the secretary of the forum. Your Excellency, Honorable Minister, sir, I want to say we are very much glad to have you, and we are happy to have you in our midst today. And I know you have a lot of other activities lined up for you. And we are glad you are here, and wish you a very, very successful tour of duty here in Borno State. And indeed, the Northeast. I want to equally welcome all of you, the representative of the CDS, the Chief of Air Staff, the representative of the Chief of Naval Staff, by who the Naval Commander and indeed all of you for honoring this invitation to honor the minister as well as honor members of the Borno Elders Forum. As a way of recap, the theater commander did speak to the elders, Borno Elders Forum just a few days ago, and I said it's necessary when I come here for me to also meet them, to appreciate them, and to hold this dinner in their honor, and also to honor our Minister of Defense, who is here for the first time. On this note, I want to assure you that the Nigerian Army and of course the Nigerian Armed Forces are ready to support the Honorable Minister to achieve his mission in the Ministry of Defense and indeed to lead the armed forces to greater successes to rid this country of the myriad of security challenges we have.
He, however, solicited for more support from the Borno State Elders Forum, who are highly respected in the region, as this will go a long way to bring back the much-needed peace in the region. The Minister for Defense, General Bashir Magashi, used the occasion to reinstate the determination of President Muhammadu Buhari to ensure life returns to normalcy in the agrarian region.
I am here because there is no way one can sit in office without visiting the area where it's most needed for concern to the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Today, the focal point in Nigeria is Borno State. For the past 10 years, things have not been so good. And when I was appointed Minister of Defense, I was given a marching order by the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces that this is a job that we must perform and bring an end to it. And I pray for their efforts to get out of this problem once and for all. The Commander-in-Chief has promised to give all assistance needed for us to succeed in this operation. In that regard, I will vouch for my officers that they are competent and capable to do any operation that the universal concept were all bearing. In other words, I'm saying the officers are competent to take any challenges, be it conventional warfare or the insurgent operation. The delay in all insurgent office that their tactics is to surprise you, take you unaware, and create some noise so that the whole community will see them as defeating or installing their will for the people of the area concerned. We will not allow that one to continue anymore. We will take the war to them and do our best in that regard. When the gentleman, Alhaji Mani Ibi, was talking, I look at his badge and I remember we are all from the same elevator. That is Kuru Jos, the Institute of Strategic Studies. And I believe he has said it all, despite the way he put it, as if the chairman has exhausted everything. But what you have said really touches all of us here in uniform. I am a retired general. I have done the bit I can, and I think the Commander-in-Chief finds it fit to ask us to come and contribute in the political arena as the political head of the Ministry of Defense to advise all the actors in the theater of war so that we can bring an end to this war. Gentlemen, praise. Most people who don't know about Borno, they know it's a prayer war. Most people throughout this country come to Borno to ask God once glorious empire is restored to its normal status. Gentlemen, I have talked about those senior officers here, and I want to talk on my troops who are outside there, putting in their best to fight this war, or to fight the insurgent. I want to send this message through to commanders in the field that the Commander-in-Chief is willing to take their welfare and motivation more seriously than ever before.
The Borno State Elders Forum, led by their chairman, a former governor of Borno State, Mr. Ashik Jama, said the coming of the minister meant a lot to the people of the state, and that this has further rekindled their hope that very soon Borno people will be happy again.
On our part, of course, physically we cannot be seen, but we are always on our feet, praying for you to succeed, praying for us to get peace, because without peace, nothing can happen.
Welcome back from that report. We must say a big kudos to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Chukwusu Buratai, for having done a lot to ensure that the rate of insurgency in the northeast is brought down to its greatest minimum. Now, going ahead on the Shule.
Yes, moving forward, the minister also visited some of the men, the soldiers that were on field, just to make sure, to see how they are doing their job, and also encourage them to do more, because it is not an easy one, putting your lives out there just to protect others. And it didn't end there. He also went as far as even visiting those who are at the hospitals, just to pay them a courtesy visit, encouraging them so also to do more in their job, notwithstanding what they are going through.
Yeah, he also brought the message from the Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, talking about President Muhammadu Buhari to the soldiers. I'm sure those words were really encouraging to all the soldiers there.
And as you talked about the elders, the elders, yes, the Borno Elders Forum. When elders sit down and plan together, analyze things, it goes a long way to make sure that things are being, I don't know, there's this adage that said, what an elder sits on a chair.
Down there, when the youths climb high hill, they
will not sit. So we believe that this meeting is going to go a long way to make sure that security in Borno is being restored.
Let's get to some of the highlights of that visit by the minister right away.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome the Honorable Minister of Defense to Headquarters Theatre Command on this maiden tour of Operation Lafia Dole area of responsibility. Sir, the Headquarters Theatre Command is manned on a tri-service level. The Maritime Component Commander and some personnel of the Nigerian Air Force works along with their army counterparts to plan, coordinate, supervise, and enforce directives as received from appropriate superior authority. I want to assure the Minister of Defense of the unflinching loyalty of troops under my command to the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and to all governmental functionaries as stipulated by the Constitution. We are willing, we are able, we are ready We are zealous to implement the order of the Commander-in-Chief that peace and normalcy be returned to the Northeast. Under the able guidance of the Chief of Army Staff, we are implementing directives as we receive them from Army Headquarters. Honorable Minister, sir, let me quickly disassociate Operation Lafia Dole from any panicky, fearful, cowardly circulation of information that tends to boil the country and makes people to wonder what are the Army, what are the Air Force, what are the Navy doing. Sir, these are effects of social media, unprofessional journalists, and I would not call them collaborators of Boko Haram. Maiduguri is not falling, sir. Magumeri, Gubio, Gajiram, they are not going to fall. There are things in place and there should be no reason for them to fall.
Are you good to go?
Good to go. Good to go.
Are you motivated?
Motivated. Motivated, sir.
Standard! Ice! La la! La la!
I'm here on behalf of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the President of Nigeria, Muhammad Buhari. He has sent me to come here and see how you are faring, how you are doing your job here, and how he will want to know how to assist you to do your job better. He has asked me to commend you for all the efforts you have put in so far. He has high regard for all of you who are making sacrifices to see the end of this Boko Haram. And not only that, with other notorious activities going on in Nigeria today. I have seen it all, and I will report back to the Commander-in-Chief for what I have seen and areas that may require improvement for you to do your job better. There's a lot of things we have seen, and we will go and report back, especially in terms of your welfare, in terms of your weapons, in terms of everything that is required for you to do this battle. And I know you can do it. You have done it before, and I'm sure you will continue to do it better. It is a belief that the situation in this country, as we all know it, is not very conducive as it used to be before. Problems are analyzed in relation to the economy of this country and other factors that are mitigating against the progress in this country. The Commander-in-Chief is doing all he can to ensure the elimination of all these problems. I have been to the mission area, which is here, and I have gone to the battle area, and I have seen the constraint. These are my personal observation. And yesterday I addressed some of you at Gobio, and I asked questions. Nobody asked any question. This shows that you are comfortable, you are doing your job professionally, and the officers are taking care of you properly. But let me assure you, what I have seen will only give me more encouragement to see that more welfare arrangements are made for you so that you can be very comfortable, not only here, but your families you have left behind. We ensure that you give them the necessary support from all your entitlements, and I'm sure it will come on time, and you too should transmit it to your respective family as when and due. I'm glad that everything around the theater area of command is being studied, and proper conduct of operations are now tested, and I believe with the new concept, with equipment coming to you, weapons, better training, you will do the wonders that is expected of any good army. And I'm telling you, Nigeria, all over Africa and the world, you are known for your performance. We have done it elsewhere. I can't see why we cannot do it in our own country. And I'm sure we can do it. Can't we? Can't we do it? Can't we do it? So I wish you the best. We are going back to report what you have seen and see how we can improve them. Good luck as far as I'm concerned. Let me tell you, we have lost a lot of soldiers during this operation. They have paid the supreme sacrifice, but they will not be forgotten. I assure you, all those who lost their lives will be adequately compensated in terms of their gratuity and pension, and we should take care of their families, the children, so that so that they can now, the family can now enjoy a better life, even with the absence of their deceased ones. I wish you a good outing. I wish every one of you a success. And I wish all of us in the higher echelon to reward you with promotions and emoluments and whatever you require to enable you to do this job. Thank you very much and good luck.
come back from that brief highlights on the visit of the Minister for Defense to the Northeast, Borno State precisely. We must say kudos to him for having gone himself to see what the officers and soldiers are doing, trying to keep Nigeria safe and secured. Sir, we want to say very big kudos to you. And also to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Chukwu Yusuf Buratai, for ensuring that the soldiers get their entitlement, surely.
Yes, like you said, a big thank you to Lieutenant General Chukwu Yusuf Buratai for making sure that these armies, these soldiers, get their entitlement, their welfare, everything is being taken care of. Because trust me, if these people are not being taken care of, the morale will be down. Yeah. They won't have the motivation to do what they are doing so far. But one also want to say also, anyway, he knows, because he is one man that he doesn't even allow, whenever he gets notice of any loophole or anything, he makes sure that those things are being put to place. So once again, I want to say a very big thank you to him.
All right, this is how far we can go on the program this week, Security Report. But before we go, we must always tell you, your security, your safety is paramount to us. You must ensure you stay alive. Observe security tips.
Yes, and it's talking about security tips. You know, we want to also use this opportunity to let Nigerians, to let people know that when you are going out, if you know you're going to stay late out at night, make sure you don't carry things that will attract, these hoodlums to you. Sometimes it might be the jewelry you're wearing. Make sure you share your information about your EAT to the people back home to know where and when you are even coming back home. Sometimes youth tend to go out and then, I'm coming. They don't say where they are going to. If you say you are going to A's place, make sure you are at A's place. If there's any need for you to leave point A and you want to go to point B, inform somebody. Make sure somebody knows where you are going, please.
Well, that's how far we can go. Like I said earlier, I remain yours and only, Ernest Enuneku.
And I, Shirley Daniels.